edition of Falcons Corner. Voice of the Falcons, Mike Rickard. Assistant Director of Athletics, Eric Larson. In the Union, in the gymnasium, at half court, because men's basketball is back.
And we're excited about it. You know, we had a chance to see these guys in action. We've been working with them now for the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
And that's why we're in the gym, right? So what were your thoughts? You've seen them a couple times now.
They're an athletic bunch. They are eager to get started. I think they're eager to get reestablish the program and establish a name for themselves, right? Because when you come here for athletics, right, we win championships and we want to better ourselves and go on to another school.
And that seemed to be a theme, you know, when we talked about, you know, that with numerous guys, you know, they're all saying, listen, we're going to start this off. We're going to start it off right. Start it off strong. And, you know, and they all talked about championships and, you know, that's what we do here.
It seems like they're a really good group of guys. They've only been together for like 2 weekends, and they seem to really be meshing and getting along. And you know, I know Coach Gabriel's been doing some team bonding exercises and some team building stuff.
Already got competition with Coach Calais, so that's already started.
Yep. So it's so things are looking up. So it'll be exciting to have men's basketball back here.
And we had some good conversations with you know, Coach Gabriel, local guy Jay Kernow, and David Pope. So we look forward to you guys seeing that.
Yeah, it's exciting. So it's good. And we got our Ready to Fly shirts on today, scoring those.
We are supporting our student athletes today and letting them know, hey, we're midway through the semester. These are coming to you. If you haven't got them already, you should be receiving them in the mail soon, so look for these.
Yeah, so it's a nice little way to, you know, give something back to our student athletes, let them know that, you know, we're thinking of them, you know, that we are planning on participating in athletics come 2021.
We are looking for a spring, not only competition season, but championship season.
Of course. You know, just like banners. Keep hanging them up, right? So, so it's been exciting. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff coming out of NJCAA that could really help our guys too, whether they're staying or going and stuff too. So
and we'll be getting that information out. We'll be talking to our coaches today. You're right. It's a lot of things to think about going forward. And the NJCAA has done a lot of things to help our student athletes and schools out. So we'll be presenting that information. So
and then we know last week we talked about Sam leaving the athletic training department. We did have a nice little going by socially distant little picnic that we had. We all had our own each little table out at outdoor park. So how was your sandwich? How was the downtown deli sandwich that you had?
The downtown deli, which was phenomenal. We are looking for sponsors in the spring. I had the Godfather sandwich, which was absolutely fantastic. Very good.
And I went with the grilled chicken wrap just because it was a Friday and I had to save up for pizza later in the day. But it was very good. It was very good.
They do great work.
It was a great job. Quick in and out, easy ordering, easy pickup.
That's right.
Delicious food. So downtown deli, make sure you check them out.
And Sam, we do wish you the best of luck. Down in Florida. We had a great time.
Yeah, we did. So, but let's get our basketball guys in. You know, we did record them, you know, the other day a little bit earlier. So if you're wondering why we look different or why we're wearing different clothes, it's because we want to make sure we got them why they were here on campus. So let's pause for a second. Let's work all that magic behind the scenes, get that video up, and then let's show what we got coming in this basketball.
Let's get them in.
All right, stay tuned to the Falcons Corner. More men's basketball action coming up. Take flight.
You only get so many opportunities to follow your dreams, to make your mark in this world, to lay the foundation for your future. So never stop dreaming, creating, advancing, because there's something bigger in store for all of us. At Lackawanna College, we prepare our students to make their mark, to help change the world we live in, and to become tomorrow's legacies. It's who we are. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
Hey everybody, back on the Falcons Corner. Finally getting a chance to talk men's basketball. It has been a long time coming here, especially without playing last year. Joining us, head coach Landon Gabriel. Coach Gabriel, what's up?
Nothing at all. How are you guys doing down on campus?
We are doing okay. It's a little quiet today, but not so much on Saturday because we had some of your guys in the gym. Tell us a little bit what was going on this past Saturday.
Saturday was great. It was the first time we were able to get a large group of the guys together. We were able to break the group up into two small teams, and they went through some on the court workouts, some weight room workouts with you, Coach Rickard. They did some team building activities, And also for a lot of them, it was their first tour of campus. It was the
Right.
first time, they were able to get on campus and actually see the place. So
What was their initial impressions of walking into the student union gymnasium?
you could tell a lot of the guys, they were a little awestruck. Of course, they've seen the videos that we had sent them, the virtual
Right.
tours, but actually walking through the gym is a whole different story when you see the size of the facility. And I mean, it's breathtaking for us. And we're people who have been around for a long
Yep.
time. And for those guys to walk through the first time, you could tell their eyes opened up pretty wide. And they started pulling their phones out and wanting to take pictures. I'm sure they were Snapchatting things to their friends and all that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah, and you just tell them if you want to play in front of 5,000-6,000, just don't lose games and compete for national championships, and they can sell the place out.
It's such a simple concept, isn't it?
Yeah, it would be. Who was here? Who stood out for you most in your mind? Like, who do you think will be ready to make an impact when you guys start up in January?
Really, we were excited about everybody when the coaching staff got together. When the day ended, we were pleasantly surprised with the fact that all the guys were in shape. The biggest thing we were concerned about was with them being home and maybe not having the access to facilities that they're
Right.
used to, that they would be coming in and, we'd see a couple air balls, we'd see guys hunched over, breathing heavy, but I don't know if it was the adrenaline of them being out on the floor together, or if, I guess maybe just the fountain of youth being 19 years old is a little different than, what a lot of us expect. But we were really just excited to have the whole group there, and they all looked good. They were all hitting shots. They were all flying around, and it was a good day.
And it looks like, with your first recruiting class, you have a nice mix of guys, right? I see, we got some guys that have some good size and good length. And then we got, your typical small, 5'7", 5'8" guys who could just, fly and jump out of the gym. So how was it putting together this roster during these times? Tell us about that too.
So putting together the roster, we just tried to focus on a couple things that we wanted to see. We wanted to see guys that were, dynamic on both ends of the floor. Guys who can, on the offensive end, they can put the ball on the floor and attack the rim, but they could also step out and shoot. And that was one of the things we noticed on Saturday. It didn't matter what size, what position the guys may have looked like. They were all stepping out and hitting shots. They were all handling the ball, from our small lightning quick guards to our biggest guys. They were playing all over the place. And on the other side of that, those small lightning quick guards were also up around the rim, dunking the ball during warmups and things like that. So
Right.
we like dynamics on both ends of the floor. On the defensive end, being able to be disruptors, in passing lanes, up around the rim, blocking shots. So we feel like we put a roster together that can do those things, and then we'll just, get them to blend together and mesh and put together the best guys we can get out on the floor.
How did the guys, this is the first time you had guys together, right? So how did they mesh as a team? Was there anything that you saw was like, oh man, we really have a good group. We're going to fit well, things like that?
I've actually seen some glimpses of it just in our virtual study halls. There's been times where when the guys log in a couple minutes early before the whole team is in there and they get on there and I'll walk out of the room and I'll hear them burst out laughing, and they're talking about video games, and they're talking about classes they were in together. And these are guys who had no other way of really connecting. They didn't know each other until we started getting in touch with them through the virtual study halls, through team chats with our phones and things like that. And they're already starting to blend together, but actually seeing them together on the floor, that was the big thing. Guys constantly laughing, having a blast. And then when the drills began, one of the things all the coaches talked about was that guys were, talking each other up. A player would miss a shot and they'd be shouting down to the other end of the floor, get the next one, get the next one. And it was just a lot of positive talk between players. And that's very exciting to see from the coaching standpoint.
Right. And then on a personal note, did you and Coach Calais have a chance to do like a little 3-point shootout? And if you did, I want to know why I wasn't invited, because I still say I have never missed a corner 3-point shot in that gymnasium dating back to my 7th grade year, which was probably like 1985, 86. So I'm like 1,000 for 1,000 from any corner in that gym.
Wow. Well, here's all I'll say about shooting contests. So this weekend when Coach Calais was doing a lot of the drill work, rumors started to spread about some of his shooting achievements.
Uh-huh.
And one of the things that I actually sent it out in the team chat, was a YouTube video of him hitting 268 straight threes. The guys didn't believe it until the video came through and they were actually watching it. So the only competitions that we're starting to plan out are coaching staff versus players. So I don't think Coach Calais and I are ever going to go head to head against each other.
Okay.
But I am certainly going to team up with Coach Calais and Coach Fallon. And hey, Coach Rickard, if you want to jump in on the coaching staff team, we'll take those players down in a heartbeat.
Listen, I'm ready, but just to let you know that I don't play defense. And at this point, I still do my long distance running and I still run marathons, but I am not going to get back on defense also. So any team I play on, I'm probably just going to go from like wing to corner on maybe the left side of the floor. And that's about it. And then you just got to instruct your guys just to play off and don't defend any of my shots. If that,
everything,
and I'm in.
And everything you're saying there, it kind of sounds like what the scouting report is going to be for the whole coaching staff. So we're just going to stick to shooting contests for now. We're not really going to worry so much of 3-on-3, 4-on-4, any full court stuff just yet with the players. That might be a little bit too much this early on. So
yeah. Well, even if we do, my thing is 3 is more than 2. So if we're not going to miss, right? We know Coach Clay isn't going to miss. We make our shots. We limit everyone else just to 2-point baskets, and make that a rule. You only can take 2s, then we win.
I like that. I like that approach. The one thing we're going to have to get through to Coach Fallon is that he's going to have to make sure he's distributing the ball to the rest of us because we're the shooters. He's going to have to rack up the assist.
You always need, and I like talking like those assist guys always have friends, right? So guys,
absolutely,
the ball will always have friends. So
absolutely,
we are very excited for men's basketball starting. I'm excited to get announcing some games. I'm more excited about getting your guys on campus and getting into the gym a little bit more. What could we see coming up? Do we have, do you have your guys coming in again? What's the plan from now until January?
We have the facilities reserved again for this coming Saturday. So we should have a nice group of the guys coming back up. We're working on the November schedule. Definitely have one, hoping for 2 before Thanksgiving. And then beyond Thanksgiving break, we're still working on plans to keep guys moving, keep guys together, keep guys in shape, because obviously once January hits, we're going to have to be ready to rock pretty quickly with the fast turnover with this compressed schedule in the event of, or with all these events going on for us to plan it appropriately.
Yep. And then of course, yeah. And then your 20 class obviously is filled. So if any recruits are out there, watching or anything, are you recruiting 21 guys, or is there going to be spots on your roster, for the 21? Because we know those 21 guys are looking for
Absolutely. Absolutely. There will be spots open. 2 of our guys right now are sophomores who transferred to us. So, they'll be heading out at the end of this season. So there'll definitely be those 2 spots open. And we know that turnover is just constant at the college level. We could end up with other scholarship spots available, other walk-on spots available. So we are certainly going to be actively recruiting for next year as well. Even though we have a large group of freshmen right now, we still expect there is going to be a nice turnover into the following year. So we'll be recruiting a nice group.
Good. Awesome. We know that you are a school teacher, right? And you're on your lunch break, you're teaching those young minds virtually over the course of the semester so far. So we'll let you get back to it. Thanks for joining us. We'll get you back on the show before you guys start up in January, I'm sure.
Sounds good to me.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Coach Gabriel, men's basketball. We'll be back in the Falcons Corner. Take flight. Hey, everybody. We're back on the Falcons Corner. Still talking men's basketball. Very exciting time for us at Lackawanna, especially with the events that led up to the cancellation last year. But we got joining us one of our incoming guys, Dave Pope. Dave, give us a little background. Where are you from?
I'm from Showham, Pennsylvania. I was at Showham High School, like Neighborhood High School.
Are you, eligibility-wise, is this your first year or your freshman? Just graduated high school last year? How excited are you to play college basketball?
Super excited. Everybody knows the opportunity to do it, so
how excited, you're not from the area, so how excited are you to play in the student union, what is behind us right now?
I'm super excited. You drive up here, you see the new town, it kind of looks different.
Right.
So I just can't wait to do what I do.
You guys are incredibly fortunate because we've always said this is probably the best place to play basketball at any level in the area. So having this as your home floor has got to be very exciting.
Court looks beautiful. It's gonna be a good experience.
It's a good time. Now again, you're an incoming freshman. We're rebuilding the program. What are your what are you looking forward to accomplish this year, not only as a player but as a team?
I'm trying to meet the guys. We all come from different places. People came to my school from Showham.
Okay.
So I'm just happy to just start new beginnings.
What are you majoring in here at school, and how are online classes going?
Sports marketing. I gotta knock it out. I gotta do it.
All right, good. So sports marketing. So we can use you a little bit in Falcons Corner episodes and stuff too, right? We get you doing some stuff for us, help us promote the show a little bit. One final question for you: how difficult has it been with like online learning? It's hard enough being a college freshman, but doing it at home off the computer. Has it been like a big adjustment for you, or are you being able to adjust to it pretty easy?
It's definitely an adjustment because you gotta just. It's definitely a big adjustment.
Yeah.
You gotta make a whole different schedule for yourself. You go from high school to where you have classes all day.
Right. And exactly. And being a college student, that is the time for you to make, those adjustments and schedules because you have time, right? So you're not in school from, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., right? So you got those breaks. So, that's hard. So I definitely don't envy all of you guys, having to be, college freshman or sophomore in online classes. But one last thing before we let you go, we know our main goal is for the next couple months to gain weight, right? So you're already on that chocolate milk and getting that extra protein and stuff too. We're gonna be in the weight room in a little bit.
Chocolate milk, three meals a day, everybody get fit.
All right, good. So we got to add a little weight to you, but everyone, we are very excited about having Falcons back. David Pope, new member of the Falcon basketball team. Very excited to get the season started. Thanks for joining us. I'll see you in the weight room in like 5 minutes. All right, sweet. Hey everybody, back again on the Falcons Corner with another fresh face of Lackawanna men's basketball, but not necessarily a fresh face to people around the area. We got a local guy, and we love having local talent on our team. Jake Kernell, welcome, Jake.
That's me. A lot of you may know me already. I'm a local guy from Scranton my whole life. Went to Lakeland High School.
Yep.
And I'm really excited to be here in Lackawanna.
Yep. So you were a graduate 2 years ago, so you had a little bit of a detour. So you were at Marywood last year, and now you're transferred in here. So we got bigger and better things on the horizon for you.
Yeah, for sure. Coming into Lackawanna, I'm really excited to start working with Coach Gabriel and his staff, and high expectations for us this year.
Good. Of course, everyone at Lackawanna, athletic-wise, we play for championships, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the bar is set no lower, even though we're basically almost a first year program.
Yeah, so a lot of people are going to be doubting us probably because new team, new face. But as far as I'm concerned, that's not stopping me. My goal is championships, no matter what.
And now this is the second weekend that you guys have been in, getting some work in.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about some of the guys that we can expect to see on the floor. What have you seen talent-wise, with the roster that Coach Gabriel has built up so far?
We're a very talented roster from top to bottom. Every one of these guys on our team can play. I'm not the only one who has college experience and playing. We have Kyrie from Mercer College, so we have a lot of experience, a lot of talent, and we're excited to get started.
Good. And again, you're a local guy, so you know the history of this building. How many games have you played? Have you played in here before during your high school career? How many games have you played?
Now, I would play here during my AAU tournaments, but coming here, like as a little kid, I'd watch games here. I couldn't play how many games in the history here today. It's for sure the best team here.
And not only that, AAU playing here, but when you play here as a Falcons, the voice of the Falcons is the public address. So not only you're going to have that experience, also maybe me announcing Jake Kirby.
Oh yeah.
That's got to fire you up and get you motivated, not only to perform in the weight room and in the classroom and at practice. You want to be starters like the same thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm working every day like I'm going to get started, but being able to run out in front of all these seats and these fans and start laughing, that's definitely goal.
Yeah, awesome. One last thing. Everyone really in the area knows Coach Elias. Have you had a 3-point shootout with Coach Elias yet? And if you haven't, and if he's taken these good shots out here, has he missed a shot?
I haven't seen Coach Calais miss in the 2 weeks that we've been here, but me and Coach Calais are very familiar with each other. Training when I was in high school, so yeah, best shootout I've ever seen for sure.
Yeah. Not only Coach Elias, Coach Gabriel has seen you play before because he's coached into high school too. So you guys are on opposite sides. So what it's going to be like, playing with Coach Gabriel instead of facing him?
I actually believe it'll work to our advantage since we're comfortable with each other. Coach knows my style, and I actually know a little bit of Coach's style so many times over the years. So I think it'll actually work in our favor.
Good. Thanks for stopping in. We got to get to the weight room, right? We got guys waiting down there. We're going to remember that. He said best part, so next week when he has his appointments coming to meet with me one-on-one, right? No excuses. We're in the gym. All right, sweet, awesome. Thanks for joining us. We'll be right back in the Falcons Corner. Take flight. Hey everybody, back on the Falcons Corner. Voice of the Falcons, Mike Rickard, Eric Larson, the co-host again. I think we may have a new co-host next week. Is that what I heard?
We do. We have somebody in scheduled for next week, so stay tuned.
Yeah, and for all of you out there waiting for Danny to be back, I think Danny's going to be back next week because we are going to talk soccer.
We are.
Lackawanna soccer. Who better to talk about and break down soccer than probably the best boys high school soccer coach in the area,
who's currently on a 7 or 8 game winning streak.
Yep.
So he's got.
I don't want to mention that because I don't want to be a jinx. I'm mush when it comes to that
Well,
stuff.
let's delete that part. But who better to have that conversation with Coach Smith regarding your men and women's soccer?
Yep. And like I said, not only is he coach at the high school level, but he was a former coach.
That's
here,
true.
You know, so he really got our women's program up and running. He was very successful as a women's soccer coach here too. So he'll be back. Danny is back next week. No offense to the Eric Larson fan. I'm afraid that everyone will enjoy you and Danny so much, and they'll just be like, get rid of the voice.
We haven't tried that yet, but you know, we always say we're looking to test our viewers. That might be part of it.
Listen, but then Mrs. Voice of the Falcons is always saying, get rid of me. You're right? So if they said, oh, if the Falcons Corner can get rid of you, then what means you could stay in our house and lose it?
See, we talk about the Mrs. Voice of the Falcon, but I'm worried about your parents. They're always looking for you on Falcons Corner.
They are. So
I don't want to disappoint them either.
no, then they're big fans of the show. And we had Coach Gabriel on. His dad is a huge fan of mine. You know, so you know, Coach Gabriel's dad. You know, hello, we'll see you soon. Also, but
I look forward to seeing him here for all these events.
yep. But it was great having some men's basketball talk because since we've had Falcons Corner, we have really never talked men's basketball or
That's
talked
true.
to men's basketball players. So
We haven't had a chance.
you know, so it's great having those two guys out.
And I just want to point out something. Jake Kernell, you're right. Gray hair.
Yeah. We're gonna have to get him his own mirror and hairstyling products pregame wise to make sure he's looking okay.
It's not very often athletes actually go to hair and makeup before they come out of Falcons
Right.
Corner. He might have.
He might have that. So, and he'll have the game time stuff too. So, but we got some women's basketball players ready to come out and get their workouts in. So we'll cut it short.
Sounds good.
But another great week, a lot of great content for all your Falcon needs. We got what? Our website.
LackawannaFalcons.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Look for Esports on twitch.tv/LackawannaEDU.
Yep. And then athletes out there, make sure you mask up. Make sure you check that Falcons email, the canvas, all that good stuff, starfish, everything. The semester
We're
is
everywhere.
ending. We are close, right? So just hang with us for like another month or so, right?
Stay on it.
Thanksgiving's
Stay
almost
on it.
November.
Stay on the
It's almost
academics.
Thanksgiving,
Yep.
right? And I think we'll have one more episode before election day.
Yes. Yep.
So, we'll remind everyone to vote then, but we'll remind everyone right now.
Absolutely. Get out there and do your part.
All right, thanks.
Absolutely.
I'm going to miss you next week.
Well,
You'll be behind the camera. I can get a point from behind the camera instead of a point this way, so problem solved.
I don't want to screw you up.
Yep. Everyone, thanks for tuning in. Stay safe. We'll see you next week on the Falcons Corner. Take flight.